Mike Tyson wasn't just a champion. He was a force of nature, a punisher with gloves. But his reign was marked by the arrogance of those who believed they had found his weakness. These are the rivals who dared to challenge the baddest man on the planet. They paid with pain, blood, and humiliation. Today, we break down the public executions that cemented the legend of Iron Mike. Without a doubt, grab a snack and your favorite drink, because what you're about to see will feel like an action movie, packed with real-life context. Enjoy it and share it with your friends. The Gangster's Boldness. Mitch Blood Green, 1986. Clash context. Mitch Green, known as Blood, was a true street figure and former leader of a New York gang. The very fact that he was a professional boxer made him even more dangerous. His arrogance was monumental, but Mike didn't fear him, especially not in a one-on-one fight inside the ring. However, Mitch Green had solid stats and was taller than Tyson, giving him the reach advantage. That was more than enough for many critics and boxing experts to pick Green as the favorite. Key stats: fighter record pre-fight. Height context: Mike Tyson 20-0, 20 KO, 5'11", 180 cm. The undefeated rising star seeking to secure his title shot. Mitch Green 16-1-1, 10 KO, 6'5", 196 steps, taller, more experienced in the amateur ranks. The physical favorite for many fans. The tension. Tucker had a 10-inch reach advantage. The narrative was, could the classic boxing of an undefeated giant defeat Tyson's unmatched power? Tucker was a 10-1 underdog, but no one had ever dared to go so far against Mike in the ring. Tyson was a master of the peekaboo style, a boxing technique that lets you fight at close range and move in without taking much damage, if you're good at it. But we're talking about the legend Mike Tyson. Round-by-round analysis, the true test of endurance. Round 1. The historic clash. The surprise. Tucker did what no one else had been able to do. He landed a devastating uppercut that forced Tyson to step back. For the first time, the undefeated Tyson looked human.
And he didn't double up. He just was a little bit lazy.
Always aggressive, right in front of his man. Now we see some head movement.
Unfortunately for Tucker, he couldn't capitalize on the moment, something he would later attribute to a fractured right hand he suffered while punching Mike. Normally, Tyson was the one who dictated the pace. His aggressive fighting style allowed him to control the center of the ring from the opening minutes, not to mention his incredible strength and agility. This is why the uppercut not only caught Tyson off guard, but also shocked the spectators, who began to worry.
Mitch Green makes is the fact that he doesn't coordinate his in and get him in sharp. That's the uppercut maneuverability.
Rounds 2-5. The relentless wear down. Tyson recovered and realized this would be a 12-round war. He abandoned the idea of an early KO and adopted a wear-down strategy. Tyson relentlessly attacked Tucker's body, draining his stamina and neutralizing his mobility. Frustrated, Tucker resorted to clinching and taunting gestures to provoke him. But Tyson, with his incredible focus, didn't lose concentration in the early rounds, knowing that another uppercut, like the one from round 1, could be lethal.
Notice that there is no mouthpiece,
And he did draw a warning from Luis Rivera, the referee, about holding. Green's in trouble.
no shot is told. Really working. A lot of body, a lot of leverage. The body shots. Watch for the left hook. There it is, hands high. He works his way in.
You have to think, Ray, that maybe his best weapon was, he said, my elusiveness gets quick to us.
Yo, 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 yo. Come on, come on, come on. Come on,
And then he seemed to coast a little bit.
Look at the punches.
Big right.
Round 6-12. Scorecard domination. Tyson's jab became the key, not to score points, but to get inside and unleash his short combinations. Mike controlled the pace completely. Tucker stayed on his feet until the final bell, showing an incredible chin, but he couldn't match the punch output of the Baddest Man.
Another big left hook.
Concerned about going the distance. Throwing those shots. He has to take a stand eventually for Tyson. Not getting the type of money that he wants, but the fact is, what's going to happen?
Result: unanimous decision victory for Mike Tyson, 119, 111, 118, 113, 116, 112. At just 21 years old, Tyson became the undisputed heavyweight champion. Though Tucker lost, he became the first man to force Mike to go the full 12-round unification distance, an incredible feat that even today, 29 years later, seems unbelievable, as Tyson was at his absolute peak. The Olympic Avenger Tyrell Biggs, 1987. Clash context. The hatred was personal. Biggs, the 1984 Olympic champion, had defeated Tyson in the amateur qualifiers. Biggs' arrogance was legendary. Excessive provocation: Biggs, I owe it to myself to go out there and hit Michael Tyson like I'm his father. He's made for me. Tyson's goal was twofold: to avenge the amateur loss and to punish Biggs' insolence. Mike had promised to make him suffer before knocking him out. Tyson's thirst for revenge made the event massive. Attendance was full, and most boxing fans were talking about nothing but the upcoming showdown. Round-by-round analysis, methodical punishment. Rounds 1 or 3, distance and control. Biggs masterfully used his step-in jab, keeping the predator at bay, just like in the amateurs. The crowd froze in shock as they watched Mike in the role of the victim taking Biggs' punches. The champion looked frustrated. It was worrying to see Tyson in this situation since everyone knew he had come to destroy Biggs in revenge for what happened in the past. But the reality was different. Biggs was controlling the early rounds. Everything pointed to the fight going the full 12 rounds, a scenario that would work against Iron Mike. But to everyone's surprise, everything would change in just a few minutes.
And another big left hand, and Biggs is hurt.
David Bay standing toe-to-toe.
And now it's Tyson just hammering him.
That's a nasty cut. The blood is seeping to the eye. It's a terrible mistake.
That's something you pointed out.
It's going to require a lot of work.
Before the fight.
In the corner of Tyrell leading. Biggs, I don't know what happened.
Rounds 4-7, the unleashed execution. Confident, Biggs began to drop his right guard while throwing the jab. A catastrophic mistake. Tyson saw the opening. A thunderous left hook in the 4th round was the best punch of the fight up to that point. Biggs was hurt. Tyson cornered him and subjected him to a lesson in brutal discipline. It wasn't a quick KO. It was slow punishment, repeatedly hitting him in the same spot. Biggs never regained control after the 4th round. He was only defending himself from a beast unleashed in the ring. He knew the end was near. He was no longer in condition to evade or block Tyson's power combinations. Divine justice. Iron Mike had him exactly where he wanted him.
All that gym work has gone. He's trying to out, which is not his fight plan.
And there's a huge left hand.
They may stop it. That's a nasty cut.
The pressure
It's told.
That's a big round.
There you see that cut against Tyson.
Round 7, the vengeful ending. At the end of the 7th round, Tyson cracked him with a brutal right hand, followed by a massive left hook. Biggs collapsed, legs gone, completely defeated. The incredible part is that Tyson enjoyed it like a lion playing with its prey. He toyed with him, punished him however he wanted after the 4th round, and once he got bored, he finished the job and sent him to the canvas.
but he didn't put him away.
Oh, that punch.
That was a tremendous left hand.
That's it.
He is gone right now. He has no legs at all. And 10 seconds to go in a round. There's a
Result: TKO in the 7th round. Tyson not only took Biggs' undefeated record and title, he avenged his Olympic dream. The South African grip, Francois Botha, 1999, clash context. This was Tyson's first fight after his suspension for biting Evander Holyfield's ear. Mike's reputation was in shambles, unstable, volatile. The media didn't want him to be the face of the sport due to his behavior, but one thing was certain: the fight would sell big. Stats and tension, fighter record, pre-fight, context. Mike Tyson 45-3, 41 KO, returning after an 18-month suspension. Francois Botha 39-1, 24 KO, former IBF champion nicknamed the White Buffalo. Trash talk. Botha allowed himself to mock Tyson and even predicted a 7th-round KO, convinced that Mike was rusty. Tyson answered with a chilling promise, "I'm going straight at him, and I hope he goes out cold. I hope he dies." A terrifying statement from a man who had literally bitten an opponent's ear off. Round-by-round analysis, chaos, and the savage KO. Rounds 1-4. Dirty fighting and disorder. Botha was faster and used his reach well. He outboxed Tyson with his jab and movement. Botha adopted the hugging tactic, turning the fight into a frustrating grab fest. Chaos exploded at the end of the first round. The fighters refused to separate, leading to a mini brawl involving both corners, and referee Richard Steele deducted a point from Tyson for hitting after the break. Feeling confident, Botha began dancing and toying with a visibly frustrated Tyson.
Gentlemen, I think as soon as he really gets hit early, Fran's both the tactics in rounds 2, 3, and 4, if we get that
ability to combat this. Botha doesn't look for Holyfield did. They continue to hit after the bell. Comes security.
All 3 judges had Botha ahead going into the 5th round. Round 5. The sudden end. Botha made one more taunt. He dropped his guard and smiled. That was his final mistake. Tyson, in a flash of his former glory, saw the opening. A devastating right cross crashed into Botha's temple. The South African collapsed like a slab of concrete, completely unconscious.
No white flesh here. I mean, as soon as he... This is not even...
Way down by his side, Brown.
Now again.
But Tyson just showing no speed.
Punches.
Oh! He may not get up. Both, it's over. It's over. Mike Tyson.
Result, KO in the 5th round. Tyson returned to the ring, proving that speed may fade, but knockout power is eternal. Closing for the end of the video. From the undefeated Tony Tucker to the arrogant Mitch Green, everyone who dared challenge the supremacy of Mike Tyson was punished by the fury of his knockout power. These weren't just fights. They were public trials where arrogance was paid for with the canvas. If this journey through Mike Tyson's history pumped your adrenaline, hit like and subscribe. Which other boxing legend should we break down round by round on the channel?